Hi guys, it's Jamie again. Sorry it's been a while since I posted anything. I've been really busy and now I have a night job. My favorite drugstore makeup look. So a few of the things I'm going to use, of course, is drugstore. But I have a couple things that are more on the higher end price. So like for one, to moisturize, I use the Tarte. It's called Nude. It's supposed to be a lipstick, but it shows up clear on me. But it's just like a pretty little peach color. And it's a really good moisturizer. I think I paid like 20 something for it. Matte look. So let's get started. So first I'm gonna do foundation. It's summertime, so I'm like a little bit more tan than usual. Normally I'm 330, but we're gonna try Maybelline Fit Me because I have dry skin. Well, I have dry to normal skin. So what I moisturize with is let me get it for you guys. One, I wanted to show you guys a more affordable one. I use the St. Ives, this one, and I just use that on my skin. And I also mix a little bit because I like to look a little bit of dewy. I like to use the Hourglass Primer Serum. This stuff is so good. This is just the travel size, so I think it was about under 20 bucks, but the full size, I know it's like probably 40 something or up or under 40. I'm not sure, like please don't quote me on that because I haven't bought this in a long time. But what I do is I like to tap it in the areas that I want to see a little bit more dewiness in. So if you guys see me looking over there, it's because I'm looking at my monitor to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. So FYI, if anybody wants to know. But yeah, I just tap that in. A little goes a long way. I use a little dab size because you don't want a lot of this because this is like really shiny, and it's also a serum. It's not meant to be applied that much. Like some people will go heavy-handed, and makeup lighter is better. So all you do is just do a little dab. I like to press it in, to tab it in. Some people like to rub it. I'm an esthetician, so I'm just used to tabbing stuff in. That's just what I like to do. So just tabbing it in. And then I'm not sure what color I am because like I said, it's summertime. Normally I wear 330 and Fit Me Maybelline. But I got 335 full, in case you guys want to see. So if that's not my shade, I'll probably mix it with this 360 Mocha. Because I don't have other shades and drugstore brands like that because I really use more higher end stuff. So what I like to do is I like to shake it up. Then I just take So I also am going to show you guys some brushes that are affordable. So I like to use the Real Techniques foundation brush. You can find this at CVS, Target, like any one of your like local stores. It's really good brush. So I just shake it up, put a little bit on the back of my hand. I don't know, this is already looking a little bit too light. So I always test it on the bottom. It's looking a little light, so I'm going to mix it with the 360. Just to balance it out. And FYI, I have warm undertones. I'm pretty sure you guys can see it. I look really golden. So mix it a little bit with this 360. Just a little tab. Doing it on the back of my hand, guys. I don't know if you guys can see that. But I take a little dab and I mix it up. I'm the type of person, I believe the warmth of your skin can make foundation mix better. There's some people that like to do it straight on their brush. I don't like to do that. That's kind of not sanitary to me. And also it's like you're putting most of the product in the bottom of your brush. So I don't like to do that. I put everything on the back of my hand, or I put it on a stencil if I have one. But I need to buy another one. So that looks like it fits me a little bit better. And what I like to do is I like to press foundation in rather than to slide it. Like around my neck area, of course I do it, but like on my face, that's my trick to getting things to look like skin. And also I don't use primers. Like I don't really believe in primers, and also I don't need it because I have fairly clear skin, and I don't have open pores and all those extra concerns and stuff like that. I mean, if I have pigmentation or if something looks dark, I'll, you know, correct that with a yellow corrector. I mean, yellow orange corrector. But other than that, I don't use primers. I mainly just use stuff that moisturize my skin because I have very, very dry skin. Like, I get really, really bad patches and my skin feels really, really tight. So, but other parts of my face are like normal. But for the most part, like, I get really, really patchy around my chin area. I actually used to be a water hater. I never drank water. And I was so dehydrated and I was breaking out like crazy when I was in esthetician school. And my teacher had to keep giving me deep pore cleansing treatments. It was like so bad. I refused to drink water. And I was just breaking out like crazy, especially on my chin area, and I wasn't eating very good. So guys, to take care of your skin, you really, really need to eat good and drink a lot of water. That's like one of the keys to clear skin. Like, so many people ask me tips and tricks on what they can do to make their skin better and all that. And I always say, well, if your skin looks right, makeup will look even flawless. So that's really the key. It's no amount of makeup, no primer, no correcting or nothing like that to make your skin better. Like, you have to actually take care of your skin so that, oh, what is that bump on my neck? Sorry. But you have to actually take care of your skin, guys, and that's the key to really, really great skin for makeup. So I just tab a little bit. So if you guys notice, I'm taking a little at a time, and I'm adding more as I need it rather than just taking a whole glob. That's how you get cake face. So I just take what I need as I go, and then I'm pressing it in. So if you guys can see. And that's the trick to get it to look like skin. And sometimes I'll put it on my neck if it's needed. But yeah. So like that. I'm not going to really worry about it too close to my hairline because this is just a demo just to show you guys the eye makeup. I'm not going anywhere, so. But yeah. So a little goes a long way. If there's any left on the back of my brush, most of the times I'll just wipe it off with a napkin just to get it off. But yeah, that's the trick I do. I mix 335 and 360 together to get my shade. It's kind of like a happy medium. So, and I just go back in my mirror and look to make sure and see if I have any more spots or discoloration or anything that I want to clean up. If not, okay, cool. So next I'll move on to, sorry guys, I'm trying to look here and not there at my monitor. But next, I'm going to find another affordable one. I use Maybelline Fit Me in 30 Cafe. But I'm not going to use it right now because this is what I use normally when I'm darker during the summertime. It's a little too dark. I could show you guys. Well, it's a little bit too dark for my liking. So, you guys, you can see that. But normally I would use one a shade or two lighter than this. But I haven't gotten one because I ran out and I didn't get one. So I'm just going to use the Fawn by LA Girl. These concealers are so good and they're affordable. They're like under $2. You can get them at your drugstore. I mean, not drugstore. You can actually order them online or you can get them at a hair store. Black hair store. But hold on, let me pinch a little bit out. So with concealer, like I said, I'm the queen of a little goes a long way. I don't put that much. One, because I'm going to be spreading it out anyway. And two, I just don't like a lot of product on me. Like if I feel too much product on me, I want to take it off. And the crazy thing about me is that you would think because I have dry skin that I would like to be dewy. But I actually like to be matte. I'm not really into the oh so dewy look and all that. But yeah, I actually like to look matte. Most people who are dry, they like to look, you know, dewy and all that. Me, I just like a little bit. It's cool with me. So yeah, very simple. And then I take a, sorry guys, my brushes are like behind my thing. Another affordable brush that well, it's not affordable, it's kind of expensive, but it's by Sigma. It's a concealer F70. I can't remember how much I paid for this. I think I got it not on sale, but I have a Sigma Pro account. Because if a lot of you guys don't know, like, I am a makeup artist, so I've been doing makeup the past 4 or 5 years. So I just like to use this to get in all the small cracks and areas of my face. So, and also with concealer, another trick is if you have like a rounder face or a longer face, you can take it all the way out to here and then contour to make it look smaller. But if you have, like, I have sort of a oval shaped face, I don't need to do all that. So like I said, like, I just do it where I need it. So I just take this and I just feather this out a little bit. I don't really highlight and contour too much because my face is already pretty much already defined, so I really don't need to do all that. Okay, so normally I would take a smaller brush, but I need to wash my other brushes, so I just take the concealer brush if I don't have that one. And, sorry guys. And basically just blend it in to make it look like skin. I normally have white wedgies, but I ran out. And I didn't think to record today, so I didn't even go out to bother to even buy any. But yeah, I just blend it out. Same thing with the top. I don't know if you guys heard me when I said I don't really highlight and contour that much because I don't really need it. My face is already pretty defined. I just take a little powder or I take cream. It just depends on what mood I'm in. If I don't really feel like doing that much work, I'll use powder. If I feel like doing work, I'll use cream. But for the sake of this video, I guess I'll show you guys both. So I take this Real Techniques. This is a setting brush. It's really nice. It's nice and affordable. And this powder, I want to say it's a happy medium. Like, it's good quality for a decent price, but it's maybe higher for some people if you're first starting out or if you don't really know how to use makeup. But it's the Sacha Buttercup. You can order this online. Like, I ordered mine online at Amazon. I think I got it for like 17 or 18 bucks, which isn't bad, you know. It's a decent price. Like, if you want good quality, you have to pay for good quality. But I'm trying to find a really good drugstore like setting powder. I haven't found it yet, but I'll search for it. And if I do, I'll do like a favorites video or something like that for you guys, if you guys want that. And what I'm going to do is next, since I said I'm going to show you guys how to cream contour, I'm just going to take my Anastasia palette, the medium. And I have another brush. I won't say it's affordable, but like I said, I'm a professional. Hey guys, I got just stuff everywhere. But I normally dip into, I wish they had a name, but to this one right here. As you can see, I'm almost hitting pan on it. If it looks dry or feels dry to me, what I do is I actually take, I have a serum that's by Inglot. That's my ride or die. And it is the Inglot Durline. I forgot how much I paid for this, but it's for like your liners. If they get dry, you just add a couple drops of it and it makes it real creamy. Because I love Inglot. I love their number 77 eyeliner. So yeah, I just take a couple drops or I just drop it. Most time I just take one if it will ever come out. Okay, let's do another. There we go. I take like 1 or 2 drops. And then I, like, you see, like, it's a couple drops in there. I don't know if you guys can see it. But yeah, that's how I get it moist again. And then I just do a little bit like that. Same thing with the other side. And like I said, my face is pretty defined, so I don't really do this too much unless it's like a special occasion. And I definitely don't do my forehead because it's so small. People need to know, like, when you have a small forehead, you do not need to do anything else to it because you're going to make it look smaller. Contouring the forehead is really for people who have long foreheads or big foreheads, or if they just self-conscious about their forehead. But it's not really meant for people who have small foreheads. I mean, I like my nose, but sometimes I just like to put a little light contour. So I just take whatever's left on my brush. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I didn't even tell you what the brush is. It's a Donna Lace 617 brush. It's an angled contour brush. It's really, really good if you're not good at using a regular brush to do it. I just like it because sometimes I get lazy. But as you can see, I take a little bit and then I contour it into my face. So what I like to do is, sorry guys, like a lot of my brushes are like not clean, so I don't have the regular brushes I use, but I just take this dual fiber brush like that. Who is this brush by? Oh, it's by Crown Brush. I think I got it in the Ipsy kit one month and I fell in love with it. But this is what I use if I'm using like really heavy, not concealers, foundations on people who may want full coverage but they still want to be sheer, if that makes sense. But that's what I use on girls, so it's not so heavy and not so much is coming off the brush. So I like to use dual fiber on people who really want a light, like airbrush type look. Sorry guys. Same thing on the other side. Just blend it in. And I just make sure that this is blended in. Always make sure your contour is blended in, especially down here, because I see some women, po babies, like they don't be contouring it, so it's like your neck be a different color from your face, and it's like, huh? I normally don't use a brush this big, but like I said, half my brushes, because I had clients this weekend, half my brushes are not clean. So a lot of people like to use setting powder and set their whole face. Like I said, I don't do that because I have dry skin. It's not going anywhere. So what I do is, to set my concealer and stuff, I like to use a Tasha Buttercup. And I take some in the cup like this and I just tap off the excess. And I don't bake. Baking is horrible for you if you have dry skin. Like, baking is not your friend at all when it comes into makeup. I literally just take what I need and I just roll it over. And I just set the places where I highlighted it. Don't do that. Just to secure it in place. Normally I take wedges and I like put them here, but I don't have my wedges, so just to make the contour a little bit stronger. And also I have laugh lines, which I love my laugh lines, but I don't like to have them showing through or peeking through. So another trick is, if you have laugh lines, don't use that much foundation like around your mouth area. This is just me wiping this stuff off because it looks a little too yellow to me. But yeah, if you have laugh lines and you're using really thick, heavy foundations, like pressing them in and using a little bit is a trick that I notice that would not make them look so visible. So you don't have to sit there and bake in, because when you bake it, it makes it look 10 times worse. So that's another thing I noticed, like using not so heavy or thick, full coverage, you know, foundations and stuff like that, and then yeah, it's just a whole mess. So, and then I take a powder brush I mean, not a powder brush, but a contour brush. This is by Sedona Lace. It's a FB05. It's like a little small to get in there. And I literally, what do I normally use? Here we go. Sorry, guys. I use the CoverGirl True Blend. It's actually a translucent powder, but I like to use it. It's number 6. I just use it a little bit, like 2 or 3 shades darker than me. And I just take a little bit of it. It's really, really nice. It looks really light on camera because of my lights, but it's actually darker. And I just tap a little bit. And just do it like that. My contour looks really strong on camera, but I promise you it does not look this strong in person. Because I want to buy another camera. Oh my god. I think my sister and her boyfriend and his kids are here. That's why I'm like, why do I hear laughing and why do I hear running and stuff? So that is her. Okay, yeah guys, so like I was saying before I was cut off again for the 4th time because my sister keeps coming in here. My sister and her boyfriend's kids are here, so it's gonna be pretty loud, so I'm probably just gonna do a voiceover for the eye makeup unless you guys don't mind the noise in the background. But I'm basically gonna be using the Maybelline City Mini palette. It's called Urban Jungle, so we'll just do like a little smoky nighttime green eye. But first I'm gonna prime my lids. When I'm doing like smoky eyes and stuff, I actually like to use concealer. Sorry, something was in my nose, that's why I was doing it. But I actually like to use concealer on my lid so the colors can show better. But I'm just so thrown off by everybody coming back. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to do the smoky eye look. I'm not going to use transition colors from here because obviously there's only one and it's that dark green one. Everything else is shimmers. So I'm actually going to use my Morphe palette. And this is $15. And this is the Night Master, the 15N. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even open it for you guys. But yeah, it's for the nighttime. Some pretty colors, so I'll use some of the transitional colors. Okay, so if you guys want to see this look, I'm going to keep it going. Okay guys, so now I'm priming my eyelid with the Maybelline 30 Cafe Concealer, and I'll just take that and put that on both of my eyes. You're welcome to use whatever concealer you like to use. This is just what I'm just using just to show you guys a more affordable one. And then I just take a brush and I smooth it out. I believe this is my Sedona Lace blending brush, crease brush. It's a really good brush, you guys. All the Sedona Lace brushes have their signature black with the pink tips, and it's a really, really good crease brush, as well as it blends things out seamlessly. So I like to use that, but you're welcome to use any brush that will give you a flawless finish. Sometimes I use beauty blenders, but I actually don't have one. I need to buy another one. But yeah, I just love this brush because it smooths things out and makes it even. Once again, I'm taking my Real Techniques setting powder brush and I'm using the Sacha Buttercup to set my eye concealer so that when I put my shadows on that they stay in place. So now I'm taking my Sedona Lace brush, 863. This is a real tapered crease brush. This is a really good brush, you guys, and it's under $20, so I suggest you get one, especially if you're new and you're having a hard time using fluffier brushes or thinner brushes to try to blend out your crease area. And I'm going in with that Morphe palette again with the color Goals. It has an undertone of orange. It's a really nice subtle brown because once again, I didn't want something too warm since this is a nighttime look, but I still want it to be daytime appropriate. So once again, I'm taking that brush and I'm just settling in on my crease area, going back and forth in windshield wiper motions. Guys, on this part, just make sure you take your time. It's no rush. Just make sure it's blended out smoothly and that you don't have any harsh lines. So after I use my Sedona Lace H63 brush, I'm just going in with this affordable BH Cosmetics brush. It doesn't have a number, it's just a very big fluffy brush. I added no product to it, and I'm just going back and forth in windshield wiper motions just to make sure that my lines and everything is blended out seamlessly. I'm very precise on blending out harsh lines or anything that doesn't look nice to my liking. You don't have to do this step, but this is just what I like to do to make sure that everything is blended out nicely. So I'm taking my Sedona Lace 863 brush. I have two of these brushes, so I'm taking the clean brush, and I'm basically going to be going back into that Morphe palette, and I'm going to be using a cocoa brown color that's called Hello. And I'm basically this time only going to focus on my outer corner of my eye. Sorry guys. And I'm going to go back and forth, not taking it any further, just keeping it there at my corner of my eye, and then I'm going to connect it in a V-type shape as well to create just a nice little balance for when I gradually change colors, which you guys will see me do later on in the video. But yeah, basically that's all I'm doing, just keeping it on that outer corner, creating a V shape as well. So now I'm taking the Maybelline palette and using the dark green color. This is a matte color. So once again, like what I say about dark colors is that my theory is never start off heavy-handed because it's very hard to clean up. You always want to start with any dark color. You want to start off lightly and build. So you do light and add it on and on to your liking. That way it's easier to clean up rather than going in heavy-handed and getting, you know, the matte shadow everywhere, you know, on your face and all that kind of stuff. So it's always easier and better to go into lightly and then build what you need. And then I'm going to be using this Sigma blending E25 brush. This is a special synthetic brush. It's really soft and nice. So basically at the end is tapered, and then on each side is flat. So I really like this brush. So basically I dip in a little bit and I add what I need, and basically I press the shadows into my eyes. So basically what that means, I take a little bit of the color, I tap off the excess as you can see, and then I press the colors into my eye. And then whatever else I see that needs to be blended out, I take the flat side and I slightly go back and forth over the top to blend it out to make it look seamless. So if you guys see me right now, I'm pressing the shadows in, and then I'm taking the flat side, and I'm going back and forth to smooth it out. This brush is really good, guys. I think it's 15 or 16 bucks. I know it's under $20. I suggest you invest in it. Only thing I don't like though is that it's a light color, so I always have to wash the brush immediately afterwards because I'm afraid it'll stain, and I don't like stain looking brushes because then they look dirty to me. But, you know, that's just a little TMI about me. But yeah, just keep gradually building to what you need it to be, and you'll eventually get there. Okay, I know I'm looking crazy with my mouth and my nose looking like this, but hey, sometimes this is what I do when I'm blending. So as you guys can see, I just zoomed in a little bit more so you can see clearly what I'm doing with the brush. As I said, I'm brushing in the shadows, and I am taking the flat side and just buffering it out. So I have almond shaped eyes, so a trick that I do is that I pull my eye so that it is flat and stretched out, if that makes sense, so I can get the eyeshadows pressed in there and to get it smooth and seamless. So this is a trick you can do, guys, if you need them to be flat so you can get it. I'm just gonna go back because, like I said, I'm a perfectionist. And then I just take the brush, the 863 again, the tapered one, and I just go and blend it back because I just don't like no harsh lines. So if you guys can see, I'm not adding no more product. I'm just taking the brush and just making sure that everything's blended in. Okay. Then I'm not sure what color I want to use. I'm thinking of, I'll use this light, and then I don't know, I'll figure it out. I'm better when I freestyle. So what I do is, and this is a BH brush, this is like the first brushes I ever used. They don't even have a letter on them. When I first started doing makeup, I ordered it. I think the thing was 14 bucks, but they're really good brushes. I've had them for like 4 years now, 4 or 5 years. So what I do is, if I was doing a smoky eye, I would do the dark green at the bottom and then put the colors on top and, you know, make them reflect. But since I'm going to kind of keep this kind of a day smoky eye, I'm going to actually do one of my tricks. I use concealer that's way lighter than me, and I'm using the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. And this is in medium tan. You guys can see that. I actually just take some and put a little bit on the back of my hand. And just like 2 or 3, whatever. I don't like to use a lot, but I take this little small shader brush and I actually just trace my eye. Okay, so I'm just still continuing with that concealer. My background's kind of loud, so I decided to do a voiceover. But basically, I'm just tracing my eye on where I want the shadow to be with the concealer. So now I'm taking the Sedona Lace. I believe it's the EB31 or 21. Sorry guys, but it is a very good small detailer shader brush, just especially good for the inner corners. So basically I'm going in the palette of the Urban Jungle from Maybelline, and I'm taking the shimmering, it's a lime color. I'll show a picture of it after I apply it. But basically, I'm just going to take it and tab it in and press it in. Like I said, I don't like to do windshield wiper moistures with shades, especially when they have shimmers or colors in them. I just take it and lightly press it in to my inner corner. And as you guys can see, that's what I'm doing. But yeah, I just press it in, no sliding or anything like that, just to keep it from having fallout. And I'm doing the same thing on the other side, only keeping it in my inner corner eyelids. And here I am just showing you guys the color right now. So in the palette trying to figure out what color I'm going to use, and I think I'm going to just choose the color all the way to the right. I'll show you guys one more time so you can see. This is a color that I'm going to be placing now in the middle of my lid, in between the dark green and the lime green, just to balance it out. So again, I'm taking that same small shader brush, I wiped it off, and I'm placing that just in the middle. I'm doing the same thing that I was doing before with the lime. I'm just pressing the shadows in. Sometimes you'll see me turn the brush to the side, and I'll blend it in like that. But whatever your preference is your choice. I just prefer to push it in while it's facing vertical, and then I like to turn my brush horizontal. So as you can see, I'm holding the brush horizontal and going back and forth. And basically you just want to take your time. I keep looking just to make sure everything looks blended. And basically I'm just going back and forth, vertical, I'm sorry guys. And then I go horizontal. You don't have to do this like I said in the previous clip. This is just what I like to do. Brush again with the green already on it, and I'm just once again going back in and I'm buffering out and making it blend more seamlessly from what I did earlier after I just added the last shadow. So lastly, what I do with the shadows before I'm going to start doing my liner is that I use the this is Sedona Lace EB09 brush. It's like a big fluffy blender brush, and what I do is, if I feel like the colors aren't looking seamless and looking blended in together, I'll go ahead and with that big brush just go ahead and nicely blend over the shades so they look all in one. So I use cream or gel, liquid. I prefer liquid, but today I have my Ofra liner that I got from school, and this is a really good creamy liner. So I'm gonna first start off showing you guys a little bit of what I do. I actually alternate. I actually put this on the back of my hand, any kind of cream liner, and I basically just take a little small definer brush, and I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can see a little bit better. If not, I'm just going to do a whole nother video dedicated to how I do liner. But as you can see is that I kind of trace, not too heavy, but just trace my outer corner of my eye. I switch a lot. Like sometimes I'm in the mood for gels, sometimes I'm in the mood for a pen, sometimes I'm in the mood to use the gel liner, the liquid by e.l.f. But yeah, so right now I'm just using the gel liner, and I'm about to probably switch to using my pen, my liquid liner pen, because sometimes I'll be in a mood for this and sometimes I'm not. but it's whatever your preference is. But I always say take your time and make sure you're just really following the shape of your eye. So now I'm just going to switch to my pen because, yeah, it goes quicker. So I think this is my Kat Von D liquid liner. But anyway, so basically a trick with the pen I learned is when I first started, I used to actually hold the pen pointing at my eye, and that's a big no-no. One, you can hurt your eye, and two, that doesn't help you. Pens are actually the easiest form of liner because the trick is you turn it to the side and you just follow your eye. And a lot of people don't know that. It's like with anything, if you just hold it sideways and you make it glide, it actually follows your eye, so you make less of a mistake. So that's my suggestion to people who first start off. Like, get a pen liquid liner and just basically turn it horizontal and just trace your eye all the way over. And a lot of times you don't fail, I notice. And then, of course, for my ending, I normally always use e.l.f. Sometimes I don't even use all the other ones I just showed you guys. I normally just use e.l.f. and just trace my eye. But yeah, normally I use it just for my wing because it makes it very, very sharp. Like the small precision little felt end tip of the e.l.f. liner actually helps you to make your liners like smooth and sleek. As you guys can see, like it's just one swoop and it's perfect. So now that you're done with the eyes, I was just saying that you guys should just let your eyes dry before you move on, because I had a bad experience when I first was doing makeup. I didn't understand of letting things dry, and I'm basically just saying I let everything smear on my hand, and I have to take the whole makeup look over and start over. So you guys want to just let your eyes dry before you go do lashes or anything else. So for mascara, I'm just using this X-rated by, I forgot who this is by, but it's a higher brand mascara. But normally I would use the what is it, the Voluminous by, I think it's by L'Oreal, but I don't have any more of that right now, so I'm just using this because it was a sample in my bag just to show you guys. I really don't like this one. It's really too clumpy for my liking, but as you guys can see, I'm just using that real quick just to do something to my eyelashes. Okay. Show you like affordable one. It's this NYX Sadu matte lip liner. What color is this? Mason. It's like a brown color. I think I got it in Ipsy. It's by Girl Power, Real Her, and it's called Mauve. It's like a small little sample size. I've used it a little bit. I like it. It's like a little nice peachy color. So I'm using it on the lip brush, the Morphe M170. I'm trying to say them now because I know I'm not going to remember what brushes I use later. So I just take a little bit off the top. This lip gloss. Who is this by? I forgot who gave me this. It doesn't even have, oh, it's NYX. But it's so old though. Like I forgot who gave me this. It's like a pretty shimmer color. It doesn't even have, it just says PIU01. But it's real pretty. It's a real pretty color. I take the OMGLO Mauve one. Just shake it up a little bit. And I just take it and just let that dry. And since I'm not going anywhere, but if I was going somewhere, I would use setting spray, the one by Urban Decay. I really like that one. So yes, honey. That's my drugstore makeup haul look. If you guys like this, or you guys want to see more, or if you have suggestions of what else you want to see, I can do that for you guys. But until then, guys, thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you have not already subscribed.